Welcome back to another Mapbox video. Today we're going to be covering how we're going to make our mobile maps scale between being on a browser or being on a mobile browser so that we can dynamically change the zoom values and also the location of the map. So we make sure when we're developing in Webflow, we've got a section for the map, which is set to 100% width and 100% height. We're also making sure that we've got a map div with the element ID of map, and we're also setting a width of 100%, but we're setting a minimum height of 90 view height. Now you can change this, but you need an actual value, not necessarily a percentage. Otherwise, the map can sometimes not actually render. As well as that, we're making sure our map is set to relative positioning. Now, inside of our custom code head tag, we're making sure we've got our API scripts. This allows us to actually interact with the Mapbox CDN and render the map on the page. Now, I'll make sure to completely include all the code that are used for this actual map, so you can copy and paste it yourself, and that will be in a blog that I'll leave in the description. So now jumping into Replit, this is where I host my code and then export it out to Webflow, so I don't have to publish the page each time I make a new project or add anything to the code. So we're going to hop into REPL, create a new REPL, and we're going to, inside that REPL, create a map.js file, and we're just going to throw a console login to check that everything's working, and then we're also going to paste our script on the side inside of our Webflow head in a script tag, and as well as that, we're making sure to add the path to the script at the end of that tag. Now we're checking to see if our hello world is working. That's just a test to make sure the script's running. Now that we know it is, we can get into the nitty-gritty and start writing out the code. Now starting out, we're going to have an event listener for DOM content loaded. Now the reason we're doing this is that we're making sure that the actual DOM, the whole page itself, has actually loaded first before trying to even get the map container, otherwise we can run an error. Then I'm also copy and pasting some code into this script that I've already made myself. It's sort of a template I always paste in when I'm starting a new map that contains a Mapbox token. Now you will need to get your own. This is a public one used by Mapbox for testing, but in order to actually have your own Mapbox page, I would suggest getting your own token. We also have our constant of map, which contains our Mapbox map, and we also have our container, which is the ID or the element ID of the map, so we're looking for it using that value. We've also got the center of the map and the zoom level. So if we load our map, everything looks good. If we jump over to mobile, everything looks good, but it could be better. Like, you could make it so that the zoom level is different between both desktop and mobile, and that is what we're going to do. So we're going to define some settings and make sure that we're including a desktop version and a mobile version, and in that we're going to define where our center is going to be and what our zoom level is going to be. And in this, you can actually add anything else you want, like if you wanted to run a function, depending on whether or not a value was true, like disable scroll or zoom on map. If you wanted to do that for some reason on mobile, you could add Boolean values and then just decide whether or not a function is going to run because of that. But in this, we're just detecting the the viewport width, and using that, we can decide whether or not it's whether or not it's mobile or desktop, and from there, we're changing what settings we're using accordingly.